Yo, what's up, guys? We back with another recap / rant, man. We talking about the Falcons versus the Saints. The Saints lose against the Falcons for the second time this season, man. That's what I'm talking about. The Falcons win 19-17. I'm not gonna lie, this was probably the most underwhelming Falcons versus Saints game I've ever been to. This game back from the stadium, I know it's late, but breaking news, I'm glad I waited, bro. This man, Raheem Morris, has been fired from the Atlanta Falcons. With an 8-9 season, I think he had a 3-game stretch towards the end, and wow, Raheem Morris has been fired. What's crazy, before I even was going to make this video, by the way, let me start off by saying, stuff about Raheem Morris. I thought that they were going to keep Raheem Morris, get rid of Rich McKay, possibly keep Terry Fontenot, because the rookies did do good. Xavier Watts led the rookies in interceptions. James Pearce led the rookies in sacks. He had the most sacks by a rookie since Michael Parsons in 2015. He had the most. I think we haven't had a double-digit sacker on the Falcons since Vic Beasley. By the way, I think Vic Beasley actually won. He actually led the whole league that year when he did it. So that's crazy work. So they probably gonna keep Terry informant because of that reason. But they did get rid of Raheem Morris. Man, it's a little too late. We can't have mediocre seasons. A lot of players was like, Raymond McLeod was like, oh, that man was arrogant and stuff like that. We can't have losers, you know what I'm saying? We can't have stuff like that, man. So, with that being said, we're going to break down this game, and then we'll probably pick up back talking about Raheem Morris, man. But, yes, the final score was 19-17. The Saints ended off their season 6-11. The Falcons ended off their season 8-9. I think for like the 4th, 5th season in the freaking row, we ended up 8-9 or 7-9 whenever it was 17 games. Or no, 16 games to the 17 games. This is bad, man. Kirk Cousins, 18 for 32, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, interception. The interception was, I don't know what the heck that was, man. They didn't even show the replay on that. It was so bad. Like, I don't know what the heck happened, but they ain't showing a replay. Bijan Robinson, I knew coming into this game this was going to be the Bijan Robinson show. Like I told y'all, I respect Bijan. I like him. I love that he's a praying man. He's cool. I just didn't like that this year they just made him the entire offense. And I understand he broke records. He broke a lot of records. The youngest dude to have the yards for scrimmage and all that other stuff. This game, I knew that they was going to try to get him the record of all time out of everybody. But CJ2K still stands on that with like 2,500 yards or something like that. But Bijan, I believe, he ended off 12th all time. He did break the franchise record with William Andrews. He broke the franchise record. One of the youngest dudes. He is the youngest dude to ever do that. So he broke Christian McCaffrey's record on that. But as far as all time, Christian McCaffrey still holds the record at number 3. Marshall Faulk at 2. CJ2K at 1. And I think AP at 4, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. But I knew this was going to be the Bijan show. And they clearly showed they were trying to do that. But the Saints was all over it. And they knew it as well as everybody else. They kept showing the stats. Oh, all-time list. And yes, so Bijan did break a lot of records this game. I think he on a Pro Bowl and all that other stuff. But we need to utilize everybody else besides just Bijan, man. So he ended up with 15 carries, 33 yards, average 2.2. His longest rush was 12. Tyler Algier had 7 for 16. Hopefully this is not Tyler Algier's last game as a Falcon, man. I really liked him. His rookie year, he was a 1,000-yard rusher. I like Tyler, bro. I like Tyler, and they like to say that he's not a backup. They like to say he's a starting. He's a 1A, like 1B type of guy. If you ever been to the game, even when they show the offensive starters, they show Tyler up there. When they come out the tunnel, they show Tyler as the number 1 guy, as well as Bijan. Drake London 4 for 78. I don't remember him having 78 yards. Glad they finally threw it down the field a little bit, but Kirk Cousins still only had 180 yards, which is kind of weird. But anyway, he did have a touchdown. Kyle Pitts getting 6 receptions. That's something new. 58 yards. Darnell Mooney. I don't think Mooney gonna last long. David Sills. I feel like Sills did more than Mooney did this season as far as being in the game. Bijan Robinson had 3 receptions, 10 yards. No touchdowns. Tyler Algier had 1 reception for 3 yards. And so this game on offense was, in my opinion, was absolutely terrible. I knew they were trying to do this. Was supposed to be the Bijan show. Terrible play calling, as always. Zach Robinson. Hopefully he's out the door with Raheem Morris. Like I said, Raheem Morris, man, it just, I don't know. You can't, every interview when you lose a game, you can't be like, oh, we got to find a way. We got to find a way. Every time the camera pans to you, you can't be like, looking all crazy like you don't know what to do, man. You got to lock in. You got to tell people what's up. You can be a good person, But holding people accountable at the same time is how you're supposed to be a coach. You can't be arrogant. If somebody's like, "Oh, coach," because they actually play in the game, they can't come to you and be like, "Yo, coach, I think we should run this," and you be like, "No, get out my face." That's supposedly, allegedly, what Ray McLeod was saying about Raheem. Like, he wasn't that type of guy that really that you can come to and try to like game plan. That's why he's on the team. That supposedly, like I said, allegedly, that's the type of guy that he was. Even though some players do like him, I think like Jalen Ramsey and stuff like that. Back in the day, said they really like Raheem Morris and stuff like that. But that was defensive coordinator, as the head coach. I don't know if it's a different story, but yeah. So with that being said, this game on the offense was trash. The Chase Young was freaking everywhere. Cameron Jordan got a sack this game. He did what he needed to do. Everybody else I don't really know. I think the Mario Davis, that's the only other guy I know. Tyrann Mathieu, he been retired and stuff like that. Keenan Vaccaro been gone. Malcolm Jenkins, all of them guys been gone. I think Lattimore, all of them. I don't know what the heck is going on with the Saints. I don't know nobody on the team besides Taysom Hill at this point. I don't even what the heck happened to Alvin Kamara. He's an Atlanta boy. I don't know what the heck is going on. But other than that, we ain't worried about no Aints. We ain't worried about none of that. But all I know as far as this game, the Falcons offense was trash. The play calling was trash. This was the Bijan show. Darnell Mooney, I think he's going to be going after the season. Shout out to D. Alfro on the defense for getting that interception. I thought it was going to be a pick six. My brother-in-law called it. It was about to be gone. Xavier Watts, like I said, great rookie season, man. This dude balled out. So shout out to him, Xavier Watts, for picking up the fumble. The A.J. Terrell calls. Good stuff. D. Alford, like I said, caught the pick towards the end of the game. Octavia Street had a sack this game. James Pearce had 2 sacks, man. I told you, shout out to James Pearce, man. Dude, like I said, led the rookies. I thought Jalen Walker would do a lot more, but James Pearce, I knew he would be a dog, and he was. He did a great job for us. 2-digit sacks, we haven't seen it. And speaking of sacks, another record, franchise record. That's why I thought they may do something or whatever. Hopefully we keep Jeff Ulbrich. Hope he wasn't fired too. And that's why I think they're going to keep Terry Foreman as well. This was the most sacks in the history of the organization for the Falcons. We had 57 sacks this season. Probably 58 after they showed it, the graphic or whatever. 57 sacks. The most sacks for the Atlanta Falcons since, 1990-something or something like that. That is insane. And I think we was number 2 in the league, maybe behind the Browns or something like that, or whoever. But, wow, second in the league in sacks, guys. The most all-time for the Falcons. That's huge. This is the most sacks ever. You got to be happy about that, man. Jeff Ulbrich did a great job with his defense. I don't know if they're going to make him the head coach now or he work on the defense. I don't think that really works out too well for us for having coaches do 2 things at once for us. Never really did. Only person I think doing that right now in the NFL is Kyle Shanahan, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Lakel London had a sack. Anybody else? No. And I told you D. Alford had an interception. A.J. Terrell had the first fumble. Xavier Watts had the fumble recovery. Jesse Bates did a great job in all the games, man. I think the MVP for this year on the defense was definitely Xavier Watts. On offense, I mean, if Bijan Robinson, I think I saw a stat line, has 40% of the Falcons' offensive yards, you have no choice but say, Bijan was the MVP of this year. The quarterbacks, if you compare Michael Penix to Kirk Cousins, their stats are pretty much similar. But I feel like they opened up the offense more for Kirk Cousins. And they did, even though it was technically the same play calling, they still let Kirk throw the ball down the field more. And it seemed like they let him be more comfortable. I don't know what's up with Michael Penix. Maybe they're trying to ward him down. But I feel like never really gave him a chance to shine like that. In my opinion, it was like, okay, you're a rookie. You're going to do this. The play is designed for this guy. And this guy's not open. Then throw the ball away. Instead of just going through his progression like a damn quarterback is supposed to do. It was like, okay, this play is designed for him. And that's it. That's what he did with this, man. And Kirk Cousins, I mean, he came in and he won games. If you really think about it, Kirk Cousins came in just like this game. I think he play against the Saints last time too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna be the future for Kirk Cousins. I don't know what's gonna be the future for Tyler Algier. I don't think Michael Penix is gonna come back to be a Falcon as well. I don't think that's gonna happen. If it was up to me, this is what I would do. We don't have a first round pick anyway. People are like, oh, why are the Falcons not tanking, bro? We don't have no first round pick, and I'm not a fan of tanking anyway. They just get stupid. In my opinion, I'm not a fan of that. Maybe Arch Manning goes to the Saints, by the way, because like his grandfather used to play. I would like for the Falcons to trade for Shedeur Sanders. He would have the city rocking. He would get a city of hope. That would just be so freaking if we have the Falcons get Shedeur Sanders out of a trade, that would be absolutely amazing. I don't know if the Cleveland gonna let him go, but if he does, I would gladly accept Shedeur Sanders as our quarterback. Even if we get Stetson Bennett or something like that, that would be great. The mailman, somebody, bro. But I don't think Kirk Cousins is gonna be here. I don't think Michael Penix gonna be here. We need somebody that's not injury prone. ACLs, TCLs, PCLs, all that kind of stuff, man. We need somebody ATL freaking quarterback. That's what we need, bro. None of that other stuff. So yeah, but it was really nothing too much to say about this game. Shout out to Zane Gonzalez. I know the kickers don't really get a lot of credit, but I think he only missed one field goal for us. That was our third kicker for this year, man. Zane Gonzalez came in clutch for us on plenty of plays. I like him. He's a cool dude. I like his name. I think he used to play for the Chiefs. I think he won a Super Bowl with them or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to them. Shout out to him. Or maybe he used to play for the Commanders. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm thinking about something completely different. But it was nice to come watch this game. Like I said, it's the least hyped Saints-Falcons game I've ever been to. Wasn't really a lot of people there. Still craziness a little bit, but not as much. But Raheem Morris is going, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Who would y'all like to have as a coach? If it was up to me, I would like to go get Kirby from Georgia. I know, people feel some type of way about that, but if we could do that, I would like to do that. If we get Deion Sanders from Colorado, I would like to do that. If we can get freaking Race Ryan retirement, I would like to do that. If Jeff Obridge want to be the head coach, I don't know who he would choose for a defensive coordinator. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I just want somebody to be a coordinator, be an offense coordinator, be a coach. I don't want people to do two things at once because, like I said, it doesn't work out for us. But for the most part, I don't like that our season is over, bro. It's like we're 8-9. I feel like that's just terrible. It's the same record for over and over and over again. We deserve better. I am very, very surprised that Arthur Blank actually did it, though. I actually fired Raheem Morris, and it was good that we went out on a good note. You definitely don't want to lose against the Saints at the end of the year. You definitely want to beat. Raheem Morris got a chance to beat his old team with the Rams that he won the Super Bowl with. He got a chance to beat the Buccaneers that he won the Super Bowl with. So, if anything, it's like he went out on a good note. If you think about it, he beat the teams that he was a part of, and he beat the rivalry of the Falcons. I mean, Raheem Morris, he should have just started doing that in the beginning. He would have been straight. But all that locker room stuff, off the field stuff, and looking funny and not knowing what to do, and the I think Arthur Blank realizes that the fans' tolerance stuff was up to here. And a lot of people I told you, I don't like when people Arthur Blank should sell the team, all that stuff. People don't know what they're talking about when they say that, bro. And Arthur Blank clearly wants a winning culture. Obviously, I don't know why people don't believe that. I guess they've never been in the same room with Arthur Blank like I have. But if you see how this man mannerisms is and how he's able to take questions from the fans and talk to them, and I'm trying to tell you, I understand. He sees all of that. I guarantee you, everything that y'all ever said about Raheem, everything that y'all say about him or the organization, this man knows about all of that. And he wants a winning culture. Obviously, why wouldn't he want a winning culture? And that's exactly why he fired Raheem. And I think Rich McKay is next. I think they'll keep Terry Informant, even though it's kind of like, eh. But I think Rich McKay is going to get fired. And I don't know if they were saying Matt Ryan may take that job. I don't know how that's going to work out with the front office stuff. I think Matt Ryan does have an eye for talent, and I think it would be cool to have him in the organization still. But Rich McKay is probably done. Yo, Rich McKay, bro. Get that man up out of here. If Raheem is out of here, Rich McKay up out of here. We're going to see how that goes, man. So, as far as this game, glad the Falcons win. The Aints, they didn't even show the Saints name in the stadium. They just called them visitors. So, all that who that stuff is, that junk is over with. It's we that. Y'all can get the heck up out of here. Y'all ain't been the same since Drew Brees left. Since Sean Payton left, all that stuff is over with, man. All that stuff is done with. I ain't seen no Alvin. I ain't seen nobody. Y'all got Tyler Show. Even though that man was moving a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, he was running out. He was running kind of crazy though. But and we ain't with none of that, bro. Get the freaking Saints up out of here, man. They marching back home to New Orleans. They got swept this year, and yeah, you already know what time it is, man. Hopefully, we have a better season next season. Hopefully, we see Tyler again. And we'll see who our quarterback is for next year. Hopefully it's Shador, man. We get some perfect timing and stuff going on. And let's get the city hyped up about something. Michael Penix, like I said, I think he's done. Like I said, if we had to get a quarterback, I wouldn't mind Shador Sanders. I wouldn't mind Stetson Bennett. Justin Fields at this point is kind of a question mark. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes, man. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See y'all next one, man. It's been a great season. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Like the video. Subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know what y'all think. If you want to make another video, anything related to the Falcons later on, let me know. If you're like, oh, what you think about this? What you think about that? Maybe I'll make a video when we sign a coach or whoever. But all I got to say, man, just on outside of football, I know it's for entertainment, man. Just try to make sure y'all be the best version of yourself. Don't complain about nothing, man. I know I'm talking about the game, it's entertainment, but as far as outside, just make sure y'all lock in, bro. Be the best version of yourself. Go for it. Lock in. Don't care what anybody say, man. Just do it. Like just go for it, man. Just lock in. Stay blessed. See y'all in the next one, man. I'm out.